We are live. Welcome to the Greg Show.
The Greg Show. I have to restart my computer, so it's going to be the Greg Show for a minute.
All right.
So I'll be.
Kate, you may have to stop talking. You're you're a robot.
No.
Okay. It is me. It is me, the Greg Show, me, myself.
Can you guys hear me? Yes or no? Can you guys hear me? Yes or no? Yes. Now Greg's just not here. Okay. One person becomes working and the other doesn't. Okay. Sorry about all the technical difficulties. I don't know what is going on with my internet. My roommate is on a video call with someone too, and usually it's fine, but I don't know why it's not Greg, are you just standing still or are you frozen? Oh, yay. He is
You
here.
guys hear me?
Now I can.
Oh, it's amazing.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hooray! And everyone can hear us.
No, you're becoming a robot again. No.
No.
Oh, no. What is happening?
I don't know. Is he Sister Gregory if it's just a hoodie hood?
I am Darth Apprentice Gregory.
You can't be Darth Gregory and Darth Apprentice Gregory. You have to pick one.
Dragon Gregory.
He doesn't look anything. He has no spikes. This is more far from a dragon than my dogs.
Oh, confirmed. Kate thinks her dogs are dragons.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Darth Dangus, that's right. Master Sal.
Darth Dangus. Wait, I can be a Darth too.
You look like Handmaid's Tale or something.
No, I don't want to be a handmaiden. No, I read that book. That's a terrible thing.
It's not a good thing.
You have feathers. Do you know that dinosaurs had feathers? Little known fact. There is anthropological evidence that dinosaurs had feathers.
Fake news.
Chickens are related to dinosaurs. They're descended from dinosaurs.
Indeed.
That's the extent of my fun facts for the evening. I'm distracted. I just bought this. This is a heated blanket.
Oh, very nice.
You need one of these, Greg, because you're always cold.
That is true. Mm-hmm. Also, okay, want to see my phone problems?
Yes. Is it still purple?
It still works. It's like bloody.
Oh, wow.
Purple blood. It's actually kind of hard to see, but it's worse than it looks. Like there's like these like dots up here. Like the dots are supposed to be there, but wait a minute, let me see.
The bottom corner, right?
Yeah, the bottom corner is really bad. Yeah, that might be better.
That's really terrible. What pixel do you have?
4A.
Okay. I had the 3XL and they were like, yeah, they barely make parts for this anymore, which is why I ended up getting my iPhone.
Nice.
I hate my iPhone. Not really nice. Dragons shouldn't use phones though.
Ink spill. It does look like an ink spill.
It's kind of
It's like the chemicals in the lights. That's what it is, apparently.
Oh, like what is it? Liquid crystal display or whatever?
I don't know. Whatever brand of light they use.
Did you drop it?
Yep.
No. I told you to get a case.
Yeah, I know.
Is dragon's blood purple?
Yes. Barney's blood is purple, I'm sure.
So you're saying you killed Barney?
Aha. Did you just admit Barney was a dragon?
Barney is a dinosaur. Barney's always been a dinosaur.
You didn't dispute when I said he was a dragon.
You didn't say Barney was a dragon.
I did. Roll the tape. Roll the tape.
Because he has dragon claws and no hands. Yeah.
Here are my claws.
Are you doing the Thriller dance?
Yep. That's what I did.
I would pay money to see you do the Thriller dance.
Maybe I need a new job. I'll just like dance for people.
You mean be a stripper on your OnlyFans?
Yes.
You already
That's exactly what I mean.
What are we reading tonight? Are you still reading
Seamless transition.
This has already been the standard Wine Wednesday shit show, and it's been 13 minutes. Where's Brianna to say something naughty, and then we'll have the whole trifecta.
Yep. Oh man, where are my books?
You came unprepared.
Here they are. All right. Indigenous peoples history. I think this is at the wrong chapter actually, and then Splinter King. Oh
Greg.
wait, no.
Oh wait, hold on. Miriam has an important question.
Dangus has an OnlyFans. In theory, yes. In actuality, no. In the meme world, I have an OnlyFans, but in the real world, I do not have an OnlyFans.
There's a reason he's called Captain Dangus.
Captain Dangus, yep. It's my stage name.
We know what everyone's side hustle is. What is? I don't have a side hustle.
Are you? You're a doctor. That's your side hustle.
That's my side hustle.
Yes. Why is Greg's headphones over his hood?
Yeah.
Because this is how dragons listen to
Oh my god.
Zoom calls. Blanket seller, yes, that's true.
Blanket seller. Me or Greg? Greg could be a blanket seller.
That's true. Both of us could be.
We could be blanket models. Look at us, cuddled in blankets. Buy the blankets.
True.
Mm-hmm. Oh no. No. You should Photoshop him on a Chippendale guy.
Chippendale?
Chippendale guys are?
I don't know what that is.
You've never seen, so it's they're like half naked. They have no shirts on, but they still have like the bow tie, and they like serve drinks and stuff, and then they dance. It's like a fancy restaurant.
Is it like Hooters, but like reverse Hooters?
Does that work? Like an actual blanket model. Oh, here we go. Show us a pose, Greg. Your best blanket model pose.
I don't have a blanket.
Go get a blanket.
That's effort and things.
You're going to get a blanket, I guarantee, within like 45 minutes because you're going to be cold because you do it every single time.
Fake news.
Not fake news. What does that mean? The blanket model thing? I mean, I guess it's because she modeled blankets. They modeled blankets.
Yep. Someone's got to do it.
Why not be them? Or us? We get paid money.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So you're reading Splinter King?
Yeah, but I have to read Legion. Oh, man.
You got to finish one book, Greg, before you start another one.
Yeah. No. Why are you telling me this?
I'm trying to give you better advice than the advice that I use.
Where's Anita to bully me? She's less hypocritical when she bullies people.
Rude. I can't point at you because it's not rude. You're rude.
How rude.
I am finishing the books that I have been reading. I'm almost done with this one. And then I have this one. Look at that.
The Hod Dangus.
Look at that. I only have this much left.
Mm.
I read a lot from where I was last time. I'm on part 3 now. You should be proud.
Good.
Mm-hmm. Channing Tatum stayed up this late to tell you that.
And the Dragon Reborn. Oh, man.
Okay, we're already a month behind on the buddy reads. It's fine.
Yep. It's great sadness.
Not yet.
September Blade. It is now November Blade.
I am mostly done with it. I'm mostly done with it. But then people were like, read Jade City. And then they were like, read The Hot King. And then they were like, read this book. I can only go so far, guys. You can only pull me in so many directions.
Remember the time I was like, you shouldn't read Prince of Thorns, and no one was asking you to read Prince of Thorns, and then you did anyway?
I only read like 100 pages of Prince of Thorns. So I have this idea. Y'all can tell me if it's dumb. But my December TBR, I'm turning it into like the Island of Misfit Toys. I'm making a list of all the books that I'm partially through. It's a potato brarian list. And then I'm going to put them on a wheel, and then I'm going to spin the wheel and then pick books that I need to finish. And that's the only thing I'm going to read in December, are all the books I need to finish. So I hope I can fit them in whatever the December readathon is.
That's good. That's like Andrew's TBR redemption, kind of.
Yes. Well,
or DNF redemption, whatever.
Most of them I didn't DNF. The only one that I DNF'd was The Last Argument of Kings.
Mm-hmm.
So that one's going to get another shot. I made a list. There's like 9 books on it. Prince of Thorns.
That is many books.
Have you ever DNF'd a book, Greg?
Yes.
What have you DNF'd?
I DNF'd Furies of Calderon. That was a while ago, pre-BookTube. It wasn't even like bad. I was just like not feeling it. And I got bored like maybe 2/3 of the way through, but I probably should have just stuck it out. I also DNF'd An Ember and the Ashes, which makes Charmaine very sad.
Tabitha here? Really? You tried reading that?
Yeah, why not?
Did you DNF 50 Shades of Grey, Greg?
I did not start reading that. I also did not start reading Gulag Volume 2 or Volume 3. So
I think that should be your lowest priority for the next one.
It might be. Because I don't think like Pete and Christy are. Well, maybe they did start reading it. I don't know.
Well, we all know what the Potato Brarian prompt would be. What would the Greg prompt be? A political book? A book set in Brazil?
A book that I don't know. I'm a chameleon. I've got so many various interests. It's hard to pinpoint.
Are you saying you're not stereotypical, Greg? Are you not like the other girls?
I'm not like the other Gregs.
Not like the other girls. It's fine. It's fine. Oh, this one.
What? Oh, for my prompt, yeah. That's pretty good.
What about this one?
Don't read at all.
I don't know what my prompt would be. I don't know what it would be. Read a Brandon Sanderson book, probably.
Yeah, because I would make fun of you for not completing books, but Potato's way better at not completing books. So.
To be read a book that was on your TBR from 3 months ago that you never got to.
That's a prompt for everyone, though. Let's be fair.
Uh-oh. Anita has an idea.
Oh, geez. For Kate or me?
I don't know.
Well, it should be pretty apparent when she posts it. Anita's would be the book that you want everyone else to read because she remembers what everyone reads.
This is true. This is true. I want to read all and start all. Start 5 books this month. Read the first 50 pages of 4 books. Jump to narratives. Interesting. Like multiple POVs in one book, or like
multiple POVs in one POV.
That's very meta, Greg.
It is very meta.
That's Inception of POVs.
Yep. It is in one of our favorite books, though.
Multiple POVs within one POV? My brain's not working. What are you talking about?
We are disallowed from talking about this author.
Oh. I already said his name once.
The legendary Brian Sanderson.
Brian Sanderson. There, we got away without saying his full name.
It's true.
Many side quests. I am the person who does all of the side quests instead of actually completing the campaign in almost any game. I do have these books.
The side quests are always great.
What? I feel like everyone reads in the bathroom, and if you don't, you're lying.
I audiobook in the bathroom.
That's a dangerous game.
It is.
This is a dangerous game, especially if you're in public. What if someone knocks on the door and you don't hear them?
I don't know. Usually, like, you can see them through the cracks in the stall or whatever. Like just because I have headphones on doesn't mean I don't know like someone's there.
You read the shampoo bottle when you're in the bathroom.
Yeah.
I think everyone's done that once.
Contact Poison Control Center.
Yes, this is very important, Greg. Drop your phone in the toilet.
I literally I dropped my phone in the bathroom today. So yes, that is the location of where I dropped my phone. So this is.
Did it almost go kerplunk?
No, it did not. No, it was not close to kerplunking. That would have been less bad, possibly.
Actually, I think so I dropped my phone in a puddle of water outside when I was moving my Pixel, and it's water resistant. Like I didn't even have to put it in rice. It was fine. So it was like submerged. Yeah, Anita, are you trying to guide our sprints? Are we just? I already asked this and nobody answered except for Craig.
That's true.
Anita, I am at the part where she took the part in the movie with the bad person and has to do the thing that her lover doesn't want her to do. That's as far as I can explain. Survivor. Oh, wait. Is Survivor like Survivor the TV show? Like the one that's been going on for forever?
I would assume so. I never know what day it's on though, but yeah.
Uh-oh, sad. I know, Anita, I know. And I know that both you and Potato were like crying at the end of this book. And I guarantee you I'm going to finish it on the stream. So y'all are going to watch me cry because I can't stop myself from crying when I start. So if I just turn off my camera, you know why.
Yep, it'll be the Greg show.
Oh gosh. Do you have a theme song?
I don't know. No.
You need a theme song.
Sure. Ba 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 ba. There it is.
If I have to do that, I'm gonna play it on my
phone. You're gonna be in like tears trying to turn your camera off and play like the Empire March or whatever it's called, Imperial March.
You don't even know the name of your own song. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, everything apparently.
Ooh, Bone Shard Daughter. I have that. I haven't read it yet, obviously, but that's awesome. I've heard it was really good. I know Elliot Brooks had really good things to say about Bone Shard Daughter.
Indeed.
Ooh, Crown of Feathers. I have the first book as evidenced in my book cover challenge, but I have not read it yet.
I will read it at some point. Hopefully.
Crown of Feathers?
Yeah, why not? I've heard many a good thing. And it has a different type of dragons.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry.
They're phoenixes. They're phoenixes. Phoenixes are cooler than dragons, okay?
That might be true.
That's cool.
Yep.
Fox is the best. Mm-hmm. Ooh, you have angered Anita. Do not anger her too much before our Jade City live show, or she's going to beat you.
That's true.
Live stream.
She's gonna helo me.
She's gonna helo you. Yes. I'll be her Andy.
Indeed.
And you'll be Gaunt. Dragon Boy Greg again. You need to eat some breakfast? Where are you? I think I knew that at some point, but why are you eating breakfast? No, because he sent me books in the mail. Books that he was unhauling. And I think it was from the US somewhere. Ooh, 20 pages left. Yeah, you're going to finish that during the sprint if we ever start sprinting. Dragon Boy Greg. Another alter ego.
Oh, no. I can't keep up with all my alter egos.
Second breakfast?
Second breakfast. 11sies.
What about second breakfast? 11sies? Afternoon tea. Do you think he knows about Ben? Sorry. I really need to watch Lord of the Rings. Okay, so do we want to read till the top of the hour?
I'm fine with that.
I'm lazy and I already have a banner that says that.
Perfect.
So, cool. We will be quiet and Greg's gonna guarantee you get up and go get a blanket at some point. Now you're not gonna do it because I said it, aren't you?
I'm just gonna be here like getting hypothermia.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks, Kate. I'm gonna prove you wrong.
Ooh. Big question. Important question, Greg.
Caw!
No. It's really funny. If you look at the screen, the angle that my wall is at looks like it completes your door. Do you see it? Or am I blind?
That is unbelievable.
Isn't it weird?
That is really weird. My door always looks crooked, and I'm like, why? How do I change this? But now it's perfect.
It is perfect. Goodbye, Armin. Have a wonderful night.
Good night.
Get lots of rest so you can tease Greg in the morning.
Oh, yes. Yeah, you've got a long day of photoshopping me on naked men, apparently.
Have fun storming the castle. All right, we're going to read.
Yes, please.
Hey, you laughed at my jokes. So.
That's true.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Greg? Greg? I don't know.
My headphones were in the wrong thing. I'm dangus.
How did you do that? He is ignoring me, right?
I put it in my phone, but yeah. Yes, I was ignoring. I'm sorry.
Rude.
Rude. Yep.
Mm-hmm. How far did you get in your book?
I read a chapter.
Is anything interesting happening?
Well, it's an indigenous people's history of the United States, so interesting and
Terrible?
yeah, terrible.
How terrible?
It's where I'm getting to like the more modern part where like we I think like Oklahoma was in the previous chapter, so and like just like the colonizing like expansionism kind of ended, and now it's like more settled down in terms of like like I don't know. What chapter am I on? I think I finished chapter 9. Um, and like now, like it talked about FDR. Yeah, I finished chapter 9, and like how they like tried to legislate um, things.
Greg, we got a lot of pressure right now. Your entire family watching us on their TV.
Oh my!
I know. This is a family thing. We can't swear anymore, Greg.
Oh no!
I actually, right before this, I was on a Zoom call doing training to mentor children who live on the reservation because I live right next to a big Native American reservation. I can't actually say the name of the tribe though because it's very long. But they were telling us about the boarding school era. There's a big boarding school here in Mount Pleasant, and that sounded terrible. And I'm looking forward to reading the book because I'm going to be working with Native children. So
cool.
Yeah, it'll be good to be knowledgeable and stuff about it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. This is like very, zoomed out just because it's like, it talks about like all, like a bunch of different tribes. And then this chapter like incorporated U.S. imperialism more broadly as well and talked about, the tactics used in U.S. territories, like Hawaii, Puerto Rico, and Philippines, Cuba. Some of those aren't. I mean, they were like kind of territories at the time. Some are still territories. Puerto Rico is still a territory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they were called colonies at the time. Some, but yeah, then that was when we stopped wanting to be seen as a colonialist power. We stopped calling them colonies and started calling them territories, and then we weren't colonialist anymore.
Thankfully.
Yes. Nothing fundamentally changed. We were still colonialist. But yes.
Many things happened in my book that upset me.
Oh, we're allowed to swear. Okay.
We are allowed to swear.
Good. Yep. What happened in your reading?
I can't because it's like really big spoilers if someone hasn't read this book, but like there's a lot of tumultuous, serious relationship stuff in this book. I mean, it's about her 7 husbands, like it's called 7 Husbands. But at this point, it's like very heart-wrenching, everything that happens. And so I'm not done yet. I'm on page 297, and there's like 385 pages or something. But I'm going fast. I just read like 40 pages. So yeah, lots of emotions.
You haven't started breaking out into tears yet?
Not quite yet.
Nice. And yes, it is always cold here. Today was the first morning with frost on the ground.
It was here too.
Yes.
It actually snowed, like it flurried a little bit the other day, and I was really excited because I was driving, but nothing stuck because it wasn't really cold enough to stick yet.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait until first snow. I cannot wait. I love snow.
Winter is coming.
Winter's my favorite season. This is a very unpopular opinion, apparently.
Yeah, it's probably not my favorite season.
Do you have a favorite season?
I don't know. There's not enough light in winter. Maybe summer's my favorite.
Ugh, it's too hot in summer.
Yeah, well.
It's too hot and humid in the summer. Absolutely not. Startles in Gregorian? Oh, in Georgian. In Georgian. Uh-huh.
Gregorian, that's my language.
I thought it was Gregorian. I was like, Gregorian chanting? Like, is Greg a monk now? I mean, you could be a monk.
I'm a sister monk.
I don't know if it works that way. Sisters are nuns.
Not in my religion. Doth sister monk.
Okay. My heated blanket was making me too warm, so I took my sweatshirt off instead of taking the blanket off because obviously blanket's better than sweatshirt. In Gregorian. See, told you. Human, no. And see, I know in Alan's last video, he was like, don't give me crap about saying like you can put more clothes on. That is exactly the reason why I like the cold more than the hot, because I'm not going to be miserable. I will wear all of my clothes like a house elf if that's going to keep me warm. But if I am naked and still hot, that's horrible. I don't understand. How anyone could prefer being hot than cold. Mm-mm. I do like Gregorian chants. They are nice to meditate to. Greg has no opinion about this. Apparently, I'm more energetic than you are right now.
Yeah, I have no strong opinions on seasons. I just don't like how dark it is early. That's my gripe with winter. I like the sunshine. I don't like leaving work in the dark. That is very sad.
I wasn't laughing at you being sad. I was laughing at Pantsless' comment. I've never been to Georgia. I could come visit Georgia. My hair would be frizzy and I would have to take my inhaler all the time, but it would be fun anyway.
Yep. I've been to Georgia. Go Braves.
I was going to say, probably for a baseball game.
Yes.
Are you a happy camper now that both of your teams are like, I mean, the Revs haven't won yet, but they've been doing so well. Do you really think they're going to lose the championship or whatever? What is the name of the championship for soccer? Because it's not the World Cup.
It's the MLS Cup.
Okay.
But yeah, they're doing well. There was a story that said their best striker broke a metatarsal or fractured one. So we'll see how bad or not bad that is.
That's not good.
It's How could it be like? Do you think that's like season ending, or does it like the foot has so many bones? I don't really know.
Okay, do you know what a metatarsal is?
It's like one of the bones in your foot, but I don't know like which one.
So if we're comparing foot to hand,
yep.
We have all these joints.
Mm-hmm.
Your metacarpals are here.
Okay.
And so it's not quite your toes. It's not like the toe tips, but it's the other larger, longer bone. And so why is Greg speaking into the, because he's pretending it's his mic. He's preparing to be on The Voice, so he's got to get used to using the mic.
Yes.
So yeah, it's like not quite the top of the toe, so you tend to put more pressure on it.
Mm-hmm.
So depending on if it can heal enough before he has to play. Like, is one of the best players?
Yes.
Oh no. Because he could probably play on it, but it probably wouldn't be wise because then, like, obviously, it could heal incorrectly and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm not making you sad.
No, I figured it was something like this. Yeah, he'll come into a game at like 88 minutes in the cup final. He won't even use his feet. He'll just score with his head. MLS Cup winning goal. It's my prediction.
Is this like the whole Ireland's gonna win, but Victor Crumb catches the snitch thing?
Maybe, but the Revs are just gonna win, and they're gonna win.
Yeah. I don't know why my brain is going to Harry Potter references. Don't ask me why. I hate bugs, okay? I hate mosquitoes.
Bugs do suck.
I hate bugs. That's another reason why I don't like the summer, because in Michigan it gets up to like 80% humidity and like 90 degrees. And everyone thinks it's only like that in Florida, but it sucks. I know, right? Right? Yeah, see? Everyone knows Quidditch. Thank you.
Fake sport.
Real sport. People actually play Quidditch now. Ah, ha, ha, ha.
They're dangus, though.
No, they're not.
Maybe.
I am not the only one. Look at this. I am, yeah. They're not dangus. They're not more dangus than you are.
Yeah, it's true.
It's also like not any less of a sport than like ultimate frisbee and stuff. I'd put it on the same level as ultimate frisbee.
Maybe.
Really? Whereabouts? On the mitten.
On the mitten. Show me your mitten.
Do you remember where I am on the mitten?
You're like there.
Yes, a little bit more closer to your middle finger.
Okay.
I need a wine now. I drank almost a whole bottle of wine last night, forgetting that I needed wine for this evening. I might make a gin and tonic during the next. Really, all the way up there? Ooh, you like by Bad Axe? That's. I don't blame you for wanting to get out of there. I'm from Detroit, but I live in Mount Pleasant right now, so I like Michigan. Where are you at now, if you don't mind sharing? Just like general-ish. Sport has evolved too much for me. Well, if you are the Queen of England, I understand why.
The Queen of England must know soccer, though.
You mean football?
Football, yes.
Football. I have to say football when Ben's around because he gets grumpy. Oh, 50 minutes. Yeah, see? Ha. Virginia Pete lives in Virginia.
Oh boy, elections.
What's happening in the
The Democrat lost.
No. What, I don't even know what the election was for. Can you
Virginia governor.
Oh, okay, that's a big deal. Do we hate the Republican person?
I don't know. He was like, pivoting to weird culture war issues, CRT, et cetera.
Mm-hmm.
Not talking about material things. And then the Democrat strategy was Trump likes this guy and like trying to connect him to Trump, and it didn't quite work.
That's a terrible strategy. I feel like that was Biden's strategy during the whole election. I'm not Trump, so you should vote for me. It just doesn't work the same.
It doesn't work the same now, certainly. Like, being against the person who's currently in office works better than being against the person who like was in office.
Mm-hmm. I feel like it's a bad strat in general, though.
Well, being anti what's going on now, like, it's not necessarily productive, but it's like a better strategy because it's like, oh, do you have any vague problem right now? It's the person who's in power's fault. Even if it's not their fault, like, you can just say it's their fault.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's like, now like I don't know, Trump's not in power, so it's like not his fault. But there was like a picture going around on Twitter of like the mailer ad, and it was the Democrats ad, and it said Trump endorses, and then like the Republican. So it was like unintentionally an ad for the Republican almost.
Yeah. I know it kind of does work, but I feel like it shouldn't. Like it feels like the skeevy tactic. Like you should be promoting your plans and your ideas and your like party stances and not just being like, well, I don't suck as much as that guy did, so
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Great strategy.
I blame Greg for my political tangent. I'm sorry, I'm not usually the one who brings up politics.
It is my fault.
I just have to think about politics. Democrats are paying for Republican ads.
Yeah. Like their classic Democrat strategy of just like doing stupid things.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds about right. I actually was at Costco today. I took a picture and I forgot to send it to the Discord. But they have like the book section at Costco, and they had this awful book by Mark Levin, American Marxism.
Oh, yeah, that was number 1 on the New York Times bestseller like a week ago.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I wonder how, because a lot of those Republican books are like they do mass buying campaigns. Like a super PAC will buy like 60,000 and just give them out at events and stuff. And it's like, oh, this book's selling so well. I wonder how like it's kind of like astroturfing a book, so or like pretending the movement's more powerful than it is, and then it's like a self-perpetuating cycle. It's like best-selling author, now you can get on like a TV show, and like then you get more followers, and yeah.
I really like the passive aggressive. So I don't know if I have spent way too much time at Costco in the last like year going grocery shopping for my grandfather, but during the election, there is so much passive aggressive stuff happening in the book section because there was like the Trump autobiography, and then like Obama's book came out, and people would stack books on top of one of them to like hide, and then you'd come back like 20 minutes later and they'd be stacked in the opposite direction. Like people were trying to hide the Trump books or hide the Obama books. It's ridiculous. Oh, no.
Rosa Luxemburg, she was
I don't
cool.
know who that is.
She was well, so before JFK conspiracies, there were like Rosa Luxemburg conspiracies, because I know there's like some ambiguity about how she died, but basically she was a socialist in Germany. She was friends with like Lenin and, you know, Gramsci and all the like socialists of that time. And then she like kept getting imprisoned and stuff. And Lenin, she like strongly denounced what Lenin was doing. And then she got presumably assassinated by someone. My tinfoil hat is on, but someone who she was like very like companies and owners hated her because, and like factory owners, because she would always get involved in labor strikes and stuff.
How did they say she died?
She was found in like a ditch or something.
That's not suspicious at all.
Yeah. I like didn't actually get into the conspiracy. I just assume like someone killed her, but
this isn't like the Kurt Cobain conspiracy.
Yeah.
Shot by German guards.
Shot by German guard.
There are apparently PJs with Baby Yoda on them for adults at Costco. Why did I not look in the clothes section today?
Indeed. That sounds pretty cool.
I did see the giant squishy Baby Yoda that they had, and I really, really, really wanted it, but I have nowhere to put it in my house. But it was like so big. It was like squishy. It was one of those squishable things. Have you ever squished a squishable, Greg? They're really soft.
I have not.
That's a travesty.
It is.
Mm-hmm. How did everyone's reading go, other than us? Alicia, did you finish your book? Birdie, shush. Hush. None of that. I was on a video call this morning because I had class, and she kept sneezing, and everybody could hear her. It was ridiculous.
You didn't mute yourself? Or it wasn't like a lecture, it was like a group thing?
It was a PBL, so our problem-based learning. So we have like a group, and every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, like we have like a case that we go through. And today was the one about like caffeine overdose. And we like someone comes to the hospital and like we have to go through the whole like diagnostic process. But anyway, I was leading today, and so I was like reading everything and telling everyone what to do and stuff. And so I couldn't mute myself, and she just kept sneezing. Dog sneezes are ridiculous. Dog dragon sneezes, right?
Dog dragon, yes. Dog dragon holograms.
No, the question is, which one's the hologram, Greg?
They both are.
They can't both be holograms. They're not both holograms.
They're both holograms. The fake news media is pretending there are dogs here. They aren't real dogs. Oh, so these dogs are voting against me? Who are these dogs? Why are they here?
Are they using dead people's social security numbers?
Yes. They're bussing in hologram dogs.
Oh my gosh. That would be, I don't actually think that would be the craziest thing Trump has ever said.
Probably not. Also, yeah, the Edgar Allen Poe, he was found in like a gutter or something.
Yeah, Edgar Allen Poe, that was, I read a book about his death. It was like a fiction book, but it was like half fiction, half history. And it was about people who were trying to investigate Edgar Allen Poe's death. Mm. Child's preschool info. That's exciting and also terrifying. Or at least I would assume it's a little terrifying, your kid going to preschool for the first time. I don't know. They are dragons. Dragons equal dogs. Well, if
the what and the what?
Dogs, then none of those supposed dragons in the Black Coast are actually dragons, so I was correct.
They're all dragons.
Dinosaurs. Ooh, yikes. I guess I never really thought about that. I think we have like public preschool. I don't know. I haven't read Anna Karenina. Is it good?
I pronounce that wrong every time. I give Anna Karenina like a different name every time.
Have you ever said Anna Karina?
Anna Katrina.
Anna Katrina. Oh my gosh, no. Anna Karenina. Karenina. I mean, that would work. I don't know how it's supposed to be pronounced.
I called her something last time. I forget what I did, but yeah, anyway.
Katrina?
No, Anna Karenina.
Oh.
I call Katrina Hurricane Katrina sometimes. And she's not a fan.
I wonder why. Thankfully, there's never been a Hurricane Caitlin that I know of.
I'm sure there has been.
I'm sure they spelled it wrong.
They've probably had many Hurricane Caitlin spelled in many different ways. Here, I'll look it up. I think there was one recently.
It was probably Kateoyn because that's how everyone spells it because they're wrong. Yeah, how are you liking it, Allie? Because I have a copy and it terrifies me because it's big and Russian, and big Russian things scare me.
Typhoon Caitlin.
What?
Known in the Philippines as something else.
As something else that's... I'm sure there's been a Hurricane Greg. I'm going to look this up now.
Oh, yes, there has.
September 1999. Hurricane
yes.
Greg was the only Eastern Pacific tropical cyclone to make direct landfall in 1999. It originated from a tropical wave that departed Africa.
I'm making an impact on the world.
You are. Wait, what?
Are hurricanes names after men? I don't think so. Hurricane Katrina.
I think they go on and off. There's like a naming. I think it's every other is like a male and female name.
Yeah, and it swaps every year, I think.
Hurricane Greg tracker. Well, we know where he is right now.
Yes, that's true. Also, you moved your camera. My door is not.
I saw that. Oh, there we go. There we go. It's back. Is it correct now?
Yeah, it's close enough.
Better? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It's not perfect. There it is. That's correct. That's right. It's very weird. It's like I could time travel, or not time travel, but I could like, but it doesn't work. But it looks like I should be able to.
I assume your husband's name is Andrew, and that is why you are bragging. Allie and Andrew. You've got a alliteration going on.
I'm sizable and Russian. Oh no! When I come visit Georgia, I have to run and hide. I mean, our Andrews 1 and 2 deserve hurricanes after them.
That's true. Many Andrews deserve hurricanes.
I don't think they repeat names for hurricanes either. If they do, it has to be a different spelling so that they don't like mess it up. I had to Google it once for a class because they have different naming systems for hurricanes and tropical storms and typhoons. What?
I don't know if this is just like sarcasm or if like he's just like, I don't know. It's got to be sarcasm, right?
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not, yeah.
Greg, if you had to pick a different name, like if you couldn't be Greg anymore and had to pick a different name, what would you go by?
Oh, jeez. Like, do I have to pick a real name?
Yes, you can't be Phoebe and go by Princess Banana Hammock or whatever the hell it is.
Could I be named a dragon?
No.
It's an awesome name. It's a very fierce name.
I'm looking real name, like normal name. None of this like you can't be named like Elon Musk's kid.
What's his kid's name?
I don't know. It has like numbers in it.
Oh, Jesus. Man. He is a dangus.
A&W. Oh, that's really cute. Not root beer. Oh, interesting.
Say bagel? Bagel.
Yeah. Why do you want us to say, why do you want him to say bagel?
I don't say it like a true New Yorker. Bagel.
Well, you're not a New Yorker.
I'm not a New Yorker. I'm like in that middle ground.
You're a Massachusetts. You're on the opposite end of Massachusetts from New York.
Well, no, I'm like on the side that's closer to New York. Boston's on like the side that's far from New York.
I thought Boston was closer to New York.
No.
Oh. My geography of the Northwest is or Northeast is kind of a little meh.
Yeah, I'm like north of Hartford in Massachusetts, so I'm like halfway. I'm closer to Boston, but I'm like 2 hours from New York, maybe.
Like New York City?
Yeah, like 2.5. Mm-hmm. It depends how far in the city I'm going. Bagel should be your name.
No, Bagel's not a name.
I'll be.
Go by your middle name.
I'll be Bernie.
Bernie.
Yeah, it's a good name.
Bernie LaPerche sounds like an old man.
Yes.
Like
I'm an old soul.
Sitting in a rocking chair, eating raisins and glaring at the children as they go by.
Exactly.
Or you're the nice little old man who walks with a cane and like people come and sit with him at restaurants when he goes out for brunch on weekends. Mm-hmm. Yep. Not Benedict. That could have been your name. You could have picked Benedict.
Bernie for short.
No. Dick for short. Dick for short.
Yeah, I don't. I'm not going to be named Dick. or dicked or whatever.
Dicked is worse than dick. Oh,
they're both unacceptable. I cannot share a name with Richard Cheney.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
When I'm mad at my friend's husband, I call him Dick. His name is Richard.
What the fuck, Richard?
Yes. Bernie Benedict. Bernie Benedict Latrout. Now that sounds like a candidate I'd vote for.
Yes.
Bernie Hushabye.
I'm Bernie Latrout, and I approve this message.
You have to do the Bernie thing. The meme.
I have too many thoughts coming into my head. I've got like the thought of like being Bernie and being like, President Trump is really bad. Really bad. He endorsed my opponent. My opponent is Trump. I'm why am I'm doing the Alex Jones voice? Why am I doing that?
I don't know. You're like towing the line between Bernie and Alex Jones, but you're not yelling enough to be Alex Jones. You just don't have your tinfoil hat on, so it's confusing.
Man. Yeah, this is not working. The headphones outside of the hood, that could be like a tinfoil hat. It's like tinfoil hat decaffeinated.
Who is Snuggle Muggle? I want to be a Snuggle Muggle. Except for I don't want to be a Muggle. I want to have magic.
I could use mittens. What would your name be, Kate? Yeah, same question back at you.
So my mom had other names picked out for me, but I don't know if they would fit. I was supposed to be Morgan. That was supposed to be my name. But then my dad said that it was a type of horse, and then she changed her mind. But then I liked horses, so it wouldn't have been terrible. I don't know. I feel like that kind of fits me. I don't know.
It could work.
It's kind of boring, though. I could be some fancy... I really like old school names like Amelia and things like that, and Jane. I like the old classic names. So I'd probably go for something like that. Or like Elizabeth. After Elizabeth from Pride and Prejudice. I love her. Mr. Darcy.
That's a good accent. Better than whatever my Bernie thing was.
It's only because I've watched the movie with Keira Knightley so many times that I can I can't actually do like an actual accent. Maureen would be a cool name. Except for Eye of the World is on my list for December. I don't have much faith that I'm going to finish it, that I would be able to get to it this month. I have Jade War, Starsight, because I need to finish Starsight because Titanic comes out this month.
Yep.
And I put a Dresden Files book on there because I haven't read one of those in a long time. I guess I could replace it with Prince of Thorns, but I'm doing the Read Your Damn Books readathon that that Joanna's doing. And so those are all like sequels or in the middle of a series, and so they all kind of fit. So you never answered us, Allie. Who is the Snuggle Muggle? Is that your husband? If you had a blanket, you would need mittens. Yes, I do. I have to read the books before I watch the show. I have no idea when the show's coming out. All of my last names. How many last names do you have?
Hi, friends.
Speaking of Hurricane
Andrew. Also, oh yeah, my mom.
Why aren't we talking about the 90s?
What'd you say about your mom,
Greg? She wanted to name me Andrew, but my dad vetoed it.
Why?
Terrible name. Terrible name. 10 out of 10 don't recommend.
Bad name.
Why'd she veto, or why'd he veto it?
I don't know. My dad was more picky on names, I think.
Really? Usually that's not the case.
I mean, what's more original than Andrew?
The only thing less original than Andrew is like Adam.
Joe.
Or Bob.
Oh my. What's everybody reading?
I am finishing this.
Indigenous People, Splinter King.
When
I've
I
got
finish
Splinter
this,
King down here.
into this.
Did you read Black Coast?
I have not read Black Coast yet.
Well, then don't read Splinter King.
Well, I have them both.
Good.
I'm the insane person with a crazy book buying habit.
So am I.
I just got a book order in today of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 books.
Oh boy.
Where did you order them from?
Amazon.
Oh my god. You didn't even do Book Depot or whatever the heck it is.
Whatever requires the least amount of effort.
What'd you get?
Oh god.
It's a mini book haul. Or just pan over to the stack.
Oh, it's all the way over here. Hold on.
Apparently that's a mini haul for Andrew. Well, I still haven't done my book haul videos. I have to do 2 of them. And I still think one of them is going to be.
This isn't even half of what's going to be on my next book haul.
Birdie, shush. I love you, but shush.
I've got these books, which are Alistair Reynolds. Bone, Silence, and Shadow Captain. One of these is book 2 and the other is book 3. I already had book 1. This is the Revenger trilogy. I got the 3rd book in Gareth Hanrahan's Black Iron Legacy.
And the what? How do you say that name?
The Black Iron Legacy.
No, how do you say the author's name?
Gareth Hanrahan.
Hanrahan. That's a cool last name.
I'm not going to try and say this one's name. I got Northern Wrath by
Tilde. It's Tilda. Or
Tilda?
Yes, it's Tilde.
Like I said, I had no idea. One of my patrons kind of pointed that out to me. I got the 3rd book in The Tide Child.
Do you like those?
I haven't even started them yet.
Let me say, he wrote the least inventive titles ever.
And then I got the books 2 and 3 of the Echoes saga by Philip C. Quintrell. Really beautiful covers.
You get all these things that I have never heard of before.
These 2 are self-pub. And then this is like an SPFBO finalist. Or semi-finalist.
That's like one of the only ones that I didn't pick up.
Yeah, Burn Red Skies. The cover was so beautiful, I had to.
It's really pretty.
Actually, let me check Amazon to see if I've got because I was supposed to get another book. Maybe they schnuck it. Arriving today at 10 p.m. It didn't arrive.
Did not.
It's not 10 p.m. though, so they've still got time.
Andrew has a bag of holding where he puts all of his books because he obviously doesn't have enough room on his bookshelf.
I do actually. I have a giant shelf upstairs. I've got a shelf here. This is where I keep all my Cradle books. I don't know if... Hold on. I'm going to have to watch the screen. So that's where I keep all my Cradle books.
Are those beer bottles or are those all...
Those are beer bottles.
Okay.
So that's where I keep my Folio Dune, my Illborn, Cradle, and then my Nightmare Land. And then I've got a shelf all the way over there.
I got Illborn. When are you going to read Illborn?
March.
I might join you.
Leslie and I are doing a buddy read for it, so the more the merrier.
It's a hefty baby.
It is a hefty one.
Big book. Indeed.
But yes, so I've just got books all over this room. I'm actually getting ready to put a shelf here and here.
Short shelf? Like, what are you going to do with your Wheel of Time doohickey?
Oh, I'll figure out some place to put it. I don't know if it'll always be in frame or not, but it'll be on the walls.
Greg, I think you're one of the only booktubers who has like enough room on his shelf for all of his books.
Oh, I don't. There's piles of books everywhere around.
Really?
Prove it.
You need to get another bookshelf or make room on your, or take some of your games off of here.
There they are.
Oh,
Books.
piles.
Oh, piles, yeah.
There's more over there.
By your reading couch, yes.
Yep.
I have giant bookshelves in my room.
I've seen them.
I know. You guys have seen them. They're very messy now because I have not bothered to. I've bought a lot of books. I have run out of room. I have officially run out of room.
Really?
With all of my Hob books that I bought, I have no room on my. I have to buy a new shelf, and I have zero place to put it. Like literally no place to put it.
Hob is just out of frame.
They're so pretty.
Oh, but there's the Black Coast. Oh,
yes, Black Coast and Splinter King. And then I've got Winnowing Flame here. I've got what's this called? Rift War. I've got Shadow Campaigns, and then, I've got books everywhere.
I'm excited. Anitha and Armin and I are going to read the first Winnowing Flame book, The Ninth Reign, for my birthday read. Oh, I spoke her name and she appeared, even though
an hour later.
An hour ago.
An hour later.
I did. She knows. She has spidey senses.
Very delayed spidey senses.
She's not sexual as a
Why is Practically Mystic eyeing Salem's Lot? What did I miss?
I don't know. Did you see it on his shelf or?
I do have Salem's Lot.
No, Greg, no. No yawning.
Oh, I'm tired.
This is the Salem's Lot that I have.
It's only 8:42, Greg.
I am sleepy.
You have to. It's because you're drinking White Claw and it's making you sleepy.
I've had half of a White Claw.
Yeah, that's enough to make you sleepy.
I'm drinking bourbon.
You're always drinking bourbon.
Old Forester, 1920.
Ooh, yes, I have all of them. It took forever for me to get them all, and they're so pretty, and I want to read them.
I got them all in one shot.
I tried to get them. Apparently, there was a period of time where they weren't on sale in America at all, and
they still technically aren't.
You couldn't get them from Book Depository. I looked everywhere.
That's because it's not. It's between self-pub and traditional. It's a boutique thing, so it's very small printings. Yeah, boutique. And so it's really small printings. And so when Elliot Brooks started pushing it, they weren't ready to handle that kind of just instant hype.
Yeah,
that's what I got. They kept selling out until finally it kind of reached an equilibrium.
That's when I got them, was when she started talking about them.
No, I waited a good 4 or 5 months, and then they popped up. Sean from Lost in Books Film and Floss. He was like, hey, I got these. And I was like, oh, cool. So I went on Book Depository and snagged all 3.
I think I saw that video. I think when she was talking about them and when I bought them was right at the beginning of my entry into BookTube, when I thought that I'd be able to read all these things. I did not understand how BookTube works.
Recommendations come in way faster than you can possibly read.
Indeed.
I read 17 books last month.
I don't know
I've already replaced more than 17 books.
I don't understand how people do that. I don't.
5 of them were Cradle books. Oh, I am most of the way through the new Cradle book that came out yesterday. And I'm enjoying it.
I'm impressed. Are you okay, Greg?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just tired.
Are you gonna make it?
What did you do, Darth Gregory, that was so tiring?
I stayed up too late yesterday. I watched The Braves, and then I wanted to play more Age of Empires, and then it was 1.
So you did sports and video games?
Yes.
I forgot you were in your 20s still.
I'm 29, yes.
Really?
We all are 29, though.
Here's the closest I've gotten to playing video games. My wife wanted to play her video game because she likes playing hockey games on the PS4. And so I turned on my PS4, realized both my controllers were stone dead. I hadn't updated the software, and I hadn't agreed to the new user agreement, so my account was offline. So I had to go through and do all of that, charge up the controllers, just so she could play her video game. It had been... And then, the next day, I was like, oh, I'll sit down and play some games. I flipped through my games, went, Oh, cool. I opened up BioShock, instantly closed it, and turned off the system.
Nice.
That's the closest I've gotten in a year and a half.
Wow.
I haven't played a console game in quite some time, actually.
Jesus, time flies.
Yeah.
Like, I played a bunch of video games right before we moved into this house. And, I did not foresee this long, entrenched... I think BookTube is honestly what killed my video game playing. My brain is a one or the other.
Yeah.
So I decided to go BookTube.
Yeah, it's tough to do both. I play... it would be harder if I played more story games, I think. But since I play, I don't know, Age of Empires is, real-time strategy.
See, I'm a huge RPG player. Or I was. Yeah. I can't say I am. Mm-hmm. I was a huge RPG player.
Yeah. So. Yeah, they definitely take, similar brain space as, epic fantasy books.
But I feel like I get a more mainline story with epic fantasy. I don't have to do anything for it. I can sit there and just read and clean up the house after the kid, and I'm still getting the same experience. I'm just not engaging my thumbs.
Yeah, definitely true. Yeah, some of the gameplay in RPGs, I don't know, bores me sometimes. It's all right, give me either the story or the games, and then I can't do both at the same time. Sometimes.
One of the last games I played was Fallen Order, and I loved Fallen Order. It was so good. And I just haven't gone back since.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to play that, even though I don't play single player games too much. But
it's so good.
Yeah, I hear good things, and I love all the Star Wars things.
I want the new God of War, but I would need a PS5, and I just don't have a PS5. I don't have any intention of getting a PS5, at least not until it drops in price. And even then, I don't play video games.
You got to play the ones that Teal'c voices.
Yeah, I know. That was the biggest reason I came back. That's the only reason, actually, I came back to the God of War franchise.
Christopher Judge, man.
Christopher Judge.
And Greg, did you not like the Zelda games then? Because they're the puzzle stuff?
Yeah, I didn't really play Zelda.
That's one of the only games I have played all the way through. I've played JRPGs. I played a lot of JRPGs in college. That's when I played most of the Tales games.
Tales?
Yeah, Tales of Destiny, Tales of Vesperia.
I don't know what those are either.
Alan was talking about them in his latest video.
Oh, Alan?
Yeah, they're old. Tales of Destiny was on the original PlayStation, and I think
he was mentioned because he was playing a video game when we did when I jumped in to do Blood of the Mantis. And that might have been what he was playing, because he said it just got ported to the PS4.
I play Pokemon. I was talking about hard.
I don't play Pokemon anymore.
I play, but I don't play on the console. I just play on a computer emulator.
I have a console, but
I guess he's saying Pokemon's or Sal is saying
if I ever quit BookTube, I will probably go back to playing video games.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say when I quit BookTube, because I can't do it forever.
Yeah. Yeah, no one can do this forever, I don't think.
At some point, the channel will end.
You'll run out of shelf space, and you can't do book hauls anymore, and then it's over.
Yeah.
Or he has teenagers, and he can't handle all of that at once.
Well, we'll see. I think at some, BookTube is great, and I really enjoy doing it. I think I will always be in the book. I want to say zeitgeist, but I feel like that's the wrong word. The
community.
The book community. I'll always be a part of it now. If I were to quit BookTube, I would probably go to written reviews. Just because I can bang those out in 30 minutes versus recording, editing, uploading live shows, stuff like that. I don't know. later.
I'm assuming probably residency or earlier I'll be burning out, because when you're on your surgical rotations and you're like on call for 24 hours, it's really hard to do anything.
Edit wrap-ups.
Yeah. Well, you'll just turn into Alan and you'll be doing your August wrap-up in December.
You are giving me way too much credit. I haven't done my July wrap-up. I'm gonna have to do a combined July, August,
at this point,
September,
just ignore
October.
Ignore it like it never even happened, and then just be like, I don't know what, and just play it off like I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like,
I keep doing all these TBRs, but I never do wrap-ups. I'm probably just gonna do like a tier review at the end of the year.
Yeah, but like, hey, this is what I read.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, margaritas are acceptable.
Any drink that begins with a W, whether it be pronounced or silent.
Yep, silent W at the start of margarita. Most people don't know that.
Oh, yeah, Mystic just came after me. I do use an exclamation point a lot.
Yeah, you do. Like, your entire existence is one big exclamation point. Like, that's your level.
But I feel like it fits with my personality.
It is your personality.
So, like, whenever I'm in the comments section, I just use it.
A tier ranking of my TBR because I'm never going to read them? Is that what this is? Oh, God, no. I'm giving myself a doable TBR this month.
I didn't.
Only 3 books on it.
I didn't.
I know you didn't. You never do. But because it's you, you're probably going to read all of them. Speaking of reading, we've been talking for 50 minutes. We should probably read again.
Okay.
Yes.
And I'm going to make myself a drink because this book makes me want to drink.
Mine doesn't. Mine's fun.
Oh, it's good. It's just like painful.
Yes, Brianna, I actually like sometimes erase the exclamation points and go, that's too many, and put a period.
Explanation point. Greg uses exclamation point. Why the hell? No.
Greg uses the explanation point. I use the exclamation point.
I can't do tongue twisters either. I can't.
I used less exclamation points, and then I read Gulag Archipelago, and then every sentence had an exclamation point.
Did you finish it?
Exclamation point?
I finished volume 1 of 3.
Are you in a deep, dark depression?
I would be.
Yes.
Is
and
that
I'm
where you're
also
so
crushed
sleepy?
by every other book on my TBR.
Brianna, I can't ever get the New York, you love New York, you love unique New York. That's the one we always did for theater in high school. And there's other ones that you can't say because then you end up swearing. You say it too much. But I can't remember which one it is. I'll think about it while we read. So why don't we come back? Uh-oh. You've angered the pantsless one. I don't know how you angered the pantsless one.
Oh, I brought up Gulag Archipelago.
Oh, please don't.
Did she hate it?
We don't see eye to eye on the book.
No.
Do you like it?
No, I don't like it.
And she likes it?
Yes.
How have you not been able to tell Greg's opinion of this book? He's made it very clear the entire time he's been reading it. I hate this thing. You can hear it every time you type everything. It's just like
I am very much in my own little world.
Yeah.
Like I pretty much just focus on myself.
Andrew's self-absorbed. It's fine.
Yeah. No, I'm very self-centered.
Yes, Evie, you are here in time to read. We're reading.
Great. She is now here. She's here in time to jump on camera.
What are we reading to?
Evie doesn't want to because she's having a relaxing day.
Yes. God forbid
relaxing
she be on
than
camera
us.
with blankets. I would never.
God forbid, Greg. Aren't you just going to get your blanket and be a part of the blanket brigade?
Never. I would
I
never
mean,
be seen on
I'm
camera.
currently in my PJs, so
I will neither confirm nor deny if I have pants on. No, I actually do have pants on, but I've thought about not wearing pants before because I won't get up. Good. Naps are good. Now you're gonna not sleep forever.
wait, did you wake up for a nap? So basically, you woke up in order to take another nap, is how I read that sentence.
All right. Let us read until
We're
40.
reading until 40.
Good.
Greg's gonna fall asleep.
Play Age of Empires so you don't fall asleep.
There's Kate.
I guess I'm taking over now.
Okay, fair enough.
There's a new
Are you-
Kate in charge.
One Kate replaced with another.
The superior Kate.
I wouldn't say
Ooh,
that.
coming in with the hot takes.
I would not say that at all.
Hi, Kate. How was your mixed drink?
I didn't have one.
What?
Don't read this book.
What are you
Don't-
reading?
Everyone was right.
She's crying. Why do you guys read things that make you cry?
Sometimes you just need a good cry.
No.
No.
I installed
Yeah.
installed valves on my eyes to keep myself from crying.
That doesn't sound
I
healthy, Andrew.
understand.
I have
Not
40
easily.
pages.
Is that crippled God, Pete?
Yes, it's made me cry twice.
Has it?
Yes.
Malazan has made me angry, but it's never made me cry.
How many times did you cry while reading Rhythm of War? That's the question.
Who, me?
Pete.
I ran through that thing in less than 3 days, so twice.
None. Rhythm of War annoyed the crap out of me.
You can go sit in a hole.
That's how I feel about that comment over here. Greg, did you cry while reading Rhythm of War, or at least get choked up?
No comment.
No crying during Rhythm of War.
Well, Greg doesn't read books, so he wouldn't know.
Exactly.
He reads the Sanderson.
Yeah, Sanderson doesn't write books. He writes the real world.
I cried like 5 times during Rhythm of War.
When?
Andrew!
It's overrated. It is the worst Stormlight book.
I disagree,
I
Oh,
but I
disagree.
wouldn't say it's the
Yeah.
best.
It's not
What
the
did I
best,
come
yeah.
into?
It's not.
I haven't
the
gotten there yet.
best. It's
I'm still
not
only
the best.
halfway through Way of Kings.
And you're doing great.
You are doing great.
Well, I hit my 50% mark in October, and I'm like, I can fit in a couple more October books if I just stop here and read other books. Because I was going to make it a 2-month read anyway, so...
Anita, I will not give spoilers for Rhythm of War because the parts that made me cry are like some of the most important parts of the book. Andrew, you officially have no heart.
Okay.
Well, his daughter doesn't love him either, so...
Yeah. There's video evidence of this.
Evie, only one person in the world actually thinks that.
Yeah, only
Maybe
one
2.
person.
I will say that the flashbacks in Oathbringer are the best flashbacks.
Yes,
I think
they are.
overall,
This guy thinks Oathbringer is the best book.
you and Logan. Is it
No.
Logan or Chris?
Words
which
of
one.
Radiance is the
Logan.
best so far, in my opinion.
Is that the Shalon book?
Yes.
I
Yes.
don't like Shalon, so I actually don't like Words of
I can
Radiance either.
understand why people hate Shalon. I love Shalon.
Andrew
like
is
her.
on or dead. How do you not like Word
See
of
what I
Radiance?
can do.
Shit, she can't do. It's like, oh, when they make
My
that.
favorite is Way of Kings, Oathbreaker, then
What did you just call it?
Oathbreaker? Brian Sanderson?
yeah.
Oathbringer.
Oathbreaker is a
I
paladin.
don't care.
mister. Well, technically, we could talk more.
Oathbreaker is by A.J. Redker. Sorry, that's a different book. I've read that one though. Too.
Wow.
But
What
yeah.
did I come into?
I'm
They're
sorry.
there.
My Sanderson favorite is still Skyward.
So we're gonna go 1,
I
Even
really
halfway
believe
through of Way of Kings,
Two.
Skyward is still...
3, 4.
Sorry, what was the order?
Yeah.
We can't see.
Oathbringer is number 1. Way of Kings is number 2. Words of Radiance is number 3. Rhythm of War is the worst.
Nope.
I don't like Navani.
I don't really like Navani either, actually.
I don't think I've met
Navani
that
is the
character yet.
Science Queen. She's like one of my favorite characters.
That's
That's better
great.
for like
That's
5
great.
seconds.
You sold me a series
Never
of
mind then.
people who can fly through the air and do really cool things, and then you make me read Science Woman for 800 pages.
It's so cool.
Some of us like science women, all right?
Yes.
That's not the
Ah,
series I set out to
Andrew.
read.
Okay.
He
let me just tell
also gave the 5th season 3 stars
Where's ours?
for very
Now, y'all are
invalid
acting
reasons.
like I gave Rhythm of War like 2 stars. I think I've got it rated 4 or 5 stars.
I mean, yes,
I'm
but
enjoying it as much as the other books in the series.
It's
relative.
overrated.
Yeah, I
4 or
don't
5
like the
stars.
interludes. I think it's got the weakest interludes.
It-
I think it had the best prologue. It definitely has the
Hard
best
pass.
prologue, but it never relives or lives up to its potential that is delivered in the prologue.
Is there
So-
only one prologue?
Yeah.
Okay, this
Well,
book, there's
okay.
only one.
Let me just say, people like kept talking about all of the prologues in Way of Kings, and then I started it and I was reading them, and I'm like, oh, this isn't bad. There's like 2 or 3. Like, I don't like prologues to begin with, but I was expecting like people were like all of the false starts, all of the different prologues, and I'm like,
There's
there's
4
a
of
couple
them.
here, and they're very different from each other. So like, I kind of understand it, but I was like expecting something like way bigger than it actually was.
I
Way
don't
of Kings
remember what
has
the
the
prologue
worst
was.
prologue because you have no context.
For which one?
Way of Kings, I would say Malazan's worse. Malazan has an entire 5th of the book that's a prologue.
That's unnecessary.
I've currently DNF'd Malazan. It's currently in the corner
Gardens
in
of
timeout.
the Moon.
Uh-oh.
Do you remember the entire, like, it's split up into books and there's 5 of them. The first one feels like a prologue.
Well, yeah.
That's just how it is. I think it's still a good book. But
I enjoyed Gardens of the Moon. I liked Dead House Gates. I hated Memories of Ice.
House of Chains is going to be an interesting experience. I think there are things you're going to like.
I'll get to it in 2022 or 2023.
That is fine. I'm not going to force anybody to read Erickson, honestly. I
have
love it.
too. They scare me.
I need to stop being mad at it.
They're very specific books.
I spend 50% of every book angry and frustrated, and then the other 50% having a great time.
I can understand that.
What's going on?
I have a dumb computer that has a removable keyboard, and it like sometimes it like halfway detaches and then the keypad doesn't work, and then I have to take it off and put it back on. I can't believe you did not get emotional during Rhythm of War. I'm sorry. I'm still hung up on that.
I mean, I had emotions. I just wasn't crying.
There are 4 things at the end of that book that each individually made me. No, 5 things.
I didn't cry. I know what scene you're talking about. At the end, I got some feels, but I didn't cry.
I mean, I cry at the drop of a hat. So like, you don't have to cry. You just have to be like emotional.
I felt feelings, but
Anytime anyone talks about crying in a book,
Rhythm of War could have been
I'll
300 to
start to
400
cry.
pages shorter.
I cry when Mufasa dies, okay? Like, I cry
oh yeah,
freaking.
Who's Mufasa?
Even I know Mufasa, and I don't even watch movies.
You've seen The
Which
Lion King,
you?
right?
Yes,
You don't
I've
watch
seen The Lion
movies, you
King.
don't
That's
read
something
books.
great.
How old is his daughter? Of course he's seen The Lion King.
Hopefully the original one.
Yes. Oh, that live action thing is terrible.
Yes, it is, because they cut Be Prepared, which is the best song in the whole freaking movie.
No, it's
Ser-
because it's
Exactly.
horrifying to see anthropomorphized lions talking to me.
Yeah.
It's also horrible. Who wouldn't want to see Hitler hyenas?
Hitler hyenas were part of the best part of the movie. And
I
also,
loved the hyenas. Oh my god, they made me laugh every time.
Jeremy Irons is still alive. Why did they cast anybody else to be Scar?
Like who
I mean,
plays? Come
The
on.
Lightyear movie, they cast somebody that wasn't.
I'm not gonna
Oh,
watch
Mitch,
We
I
don't talk
did
about
not
that.
laugh at the beginning of Up. That will get me in my feels.
I don't know how. I've heard some knots. Is Tower of Fools one of the Witcher books, or is that his one that's like
No, that's outside of Witcher. That's like it's like a historical fiction type
I've
deal.
heard bad things.
Alan didn't like it.
Darn.
I
Dang
don't
it.
like Andrzej Sapkowski anyway. I don't like him as a person, and I don't like him as a writer.
Oh, I don't know anything about him as a person.
Why don't you like him as a person? I'm curious. I haven't heard
He
it.
tried to sue CD Projekt Red, saying that their video game hurt his book sales.
100%.
The only reason anybody in America knows about your books, bro, is because of the video games.
Yeah, probably.
I'm not sure he understands how markets work.
I don't like him as an individual because he's greedy. Also, I just don't like the Witcher books because the games are better.
So you're saying he had a point? What?
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. I bought 4 of his books because of the video games. 5 of his books because of the video games.
Yeah, that
So-
you're absolutely right. He has no room to talk. He's
What's going on?
Yeah, no, he's greedy, is what it comes down to.
This is true. This is very true.
Yep.
The TV show is good.
The first season was a bit rough. I'm super excited for season 2 though. I don't think they portrayed time well in the first season because that first season takes place over like 50 years.
Really?
Yeah. Yennefer's portions are way back in time. Yennefer's like 80 by the time she meets Geralt.
So like the jump between her being all beautified and then her like trying to steal the baby is like a long time.
She never tried to steal a baby. You mean when she's trying to save the baby?
Or save the baby. She's trying to take the baby for herself.
Oh my god.
What? You mean the mother who was like,
Steal,
here, take my baby and
save.
kill it? And so she snatches up the baby and it dies anyway?
I didn't know. In the show, they don't show the mom being like, kill my baby. She's just running with a baby.
I feel like you need to go rewatch that show. The only time that Yennefer has a baby.
Attention to Geralt anyway.
Naturally. I
Be
mean,
real here.
come on. Henry Cavill.
Superman.
So Sarah says I'm wrong. However, literally there is a point where Dandelion, or whatever the crap they call him in the show,
Yeah.
he's just like, hey, I haven't seen you in 10 years. Guess what? They didn't do any makeup on him, and he looks like not a day has passed.
Yaskier is
I mean,
my
some
favorite
people are
character.
like that.
Yaskier. There we go. Dandelion.
He's my favorite character. I love him so much. He's hilarious. He's a cinnamon roll and must be protected.
Yeah, I'm super excited for season 2 just because I'm hoping they'll fix a bit of the structure because they don't really explain that there are multiple timelines. It's just kind of left for you to figure it out.
I think you might come into the same problem with this. I mean, he had a contract with them for a small lump sum, so he had a contract with them for
He
a
had
small
a
lump
contract.
sum.
That's still being greedy. You signed a contract, and then when the game gets popular and you want more money, too bad you already signed a contract. That's not how contracts work.
I don't know.
Define reasonable sales? I mean, reasonable, I don't know.
The only game that
Sounds
sold
more
really well
complicated
was
than I
the
know.
third game. They put out 2 mildly successful games, and then the third one took off. But I mean that's not his. That's his fault for not having a better agent to sign a good contract.
Mm-hmm. This is true.
If you don't value your own rights, then that's not the studio's fault.
Andrew, I have a completely serious, 100% serious question for you.
Sure.
Can you talk sitting completely still?
No.
It's not possible.
No. It's a combination of just ADHD, and the fact that this chair just moves, and so
If it
my
moves,
brain
you have to
goes,
move.
because the chair moves, so must I. Like you'll notice even in my videos, I'm twisting.
Oh yeah, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm always moving.
I'm really excited because on Monday I have my appointment to get my ADHD medication, and so I'll be like medicated for the first time in my life. And
Don't do it. Don't
see
do it. Nope.
how it is.
I was medicated from the age of kindergarten till I was 18, and from the age of 13 to 18, I begged to get off my meds. I didn't like it. I don't like the way it makes me feel. I went through multiple medication changes, and it was a fight. And I had to finally become an adult before I could get off my medication. When I could no longer be legally forced to take it.
I have been living life on hard mode for long enough, and I have a really hard time concentrating on my schoolwork. I do it and I get past it and I pass my exams because I'm smart, but like it's really hard for me because I have a hard time concentrating. And so I want to see if this will actually freaking help me for once in my life.
I mean, fair enough.
I mean, if it makes me feel awful and whatever, then I'm gonna get off it because I know that I can do things. But like, for once, I'd like to try life not on hard mode.
I've done Ritalin, I've done Concerta, bupropion, all sorts of medications.
Bupropion, that's antidepressant.
Yeah, well, it's also got other things and crap. What were some of those other ones?
5-amps? That's new though. 5-amps is new.
I don't remember. Adderall, I did that one too. I don't know. I don't like being medicated.
It doesn't work out for everyone, and I'm glad that you now get to like speak up for yourself. We have a lot of conversations about like the ethics of children, and like once you get to a certain age, should you have more agency over your health decisions and stuff. Usually once a patient's like 14 or up, it gets a little more like gray area, I guess. So
this conversation has just feels like ever since I got on this stream, I have this effect on people where the conversation just goes in the most depressing areas.
It's not depressing for me. It was very liberating for me. I had to learn to cope. I had to learn to deal. And
because of my seizures, I have to take medicine or else I'll have seizures every other week.
Well, and
I don't like what they do to my brain mentally, but they stop me from having seizures.
You can't have a coping mechanism for a seizure, though. Like that. No. That's a completely different
conversation. I wish, because I don't like them, but they stop my seizures, so
that's important.
Well, I'm sorry you have to deal with that.
I think there's definitely a difference when you're talking about when you're talking about medications to deal with somebody that's just neurally atypical with like ADHD or autism or something like that versus like a physical something or something that affects you physically that affects your life a lot. So like I personally wouldn't, even if I found out if I had ADD or ADHD, which is, I don't know, I think it's possible, but like I've learned to handle and I don't care if I have it or not at this point. Like I wouldn't take medication for it because I've learned to cope.
I think there's a really fine line, like the distinction that you tried to make. I don't agree with that because most neurodivergent issues stem from biological factors. And so it is a physical thing that's a problem. Like depression is an issue with your serotonin levels, and antidepressants actually change the amount of time that the serotonin stays in your synapses, which changes receptors in your brain. Like it's all very physical things. So it is a physical issue, just like a seizure does. And a seizure is in the brain as well. It's just one is easy to see it in someone because you can see the manifestation of the epilepsy or the seizure, whatever it is. And the other one's harder to see. And so it's like a really big misconception, and it makes it hard for people who have mental illness, and that like makes the stigma worse, I guess.
I mean, people have gotten over their stigma of epilepsy and seizures because back in the 1600s and 1700s, when someone had epilepsy, they thought they were possessed, and they would do an exorcism on them to try to cure them. So I'm glad they've gotten over that part of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
A lot of people still think epilepsy is a childhood disease, though, and that not a lot of adults have it. Like when people learn that have epilepsy, they're like, "Oh, really? I thought only kids had that." I'm like, "It's not like chicken pox or something." Like, I've had
It can
5
go
different
away. That doesn't
neurologists
mean it
tell
does.
me. Right.
And,
I've
oh,
had
sorry.
5 different neurologists tell me that it's something I have to deal with for the rest of my life.
Mhm.
It's not going to go away.
The thing with
To
epilepsy.
answer Gary, though, I am actually also autistic. I have Asperger's. So yes, that is why the joke of I am the reincarnation of Alan. That there's a reason that joke has existed for a little bit.
Interesting thing about epilepsy is it's still an idiopathic disease, and they don't actually know what causes it.
Oh yeah, they can't.
Which
They've
is
tried
crazy.
to figure out. There's some forms of it that they can like pinpoint it, but I've talked to 5 different neurologists and they've done all sorts of tests and stuff, and they can't. They're just like, maybe genetics. I'm like, but there's one other person in the history of my family that's had it, so I wouldn't call it genetics. They're like, well, we don't know. So, because there's also like with my seizures that I used to have, there wasn't a single thing that was consistent with any of them. Like a lot of seizures that people have, you can say like it happens at this point a day, or it happens when I'm doing this, or something that's in common with all of the seizures. But with my seizures, there wasn't one thing in common with all of them. So it's like they're just like, we have no idea. Just take this medicine, and we'll see you again next year.
There's a surprising amount of that in medicine. Either we don't know how it works, but you have it,
Right.
or this drug works and we don't know why it works. We just know that it does work. Oh no.
Hansless thinks I'm a rage monster, and that's not true. I do love certain books. I love a lot of books. I'm not a rage monster.
Evie, I love it.
Evie, I'm in the one state in the Midwest, the one state where it's not legal.
Really?
Indiana is not legal.
Come visit me. Come visit Michigan.
Illinois, Ohio, Michigan.
Whatever is south.
Is it legal in Tennessee?
I think so.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Andrew, I want to know if you'd be more energetic if you would just calm down. Or be paranoid. That's a third option.
Andrew, high school Andrew could tell you.
What? What?
Do we want to take that trip back?
Trip.
Yeah.
I see what you did there.
Oh no. Oh no. Fun.
Not intentional.
Unintentional puns are the best kind of puns.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kate, what were you reading?
I was listening to the audiobook of Outlander Book 7.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
Is this your first time through, or is this all reread?
No, this is a reread, but because of the seizures that I had, I have a horrible memory and I don't remember a lot that's happened in these, and this is past where the show has gotten to. So they're basically a first read for me. Like there's certain things that I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that, but the book as a whole, I'm like, I couldn't tell you what happens in each book. So I've got about 2 hours left in this one, and then I have book 8 to go before we get book 9 at the end of this month. Finally, after like 6 years.
Exciting.
It's so exciting.
Kate, I was going to take a picture. There was a car in front of me with an Outlander bumper sticker the other day, but it moved before I got to take a picture. The reason I wanted to take a picture, because there was the Outlander. It was like a quote from Outlander, and it was right next to a stripper pole sticker on the back. And I was like,
that's perfect.
Strippers love Outlander too.
That's amazing.
It was like a girl with devil horns on a pole. I was like, at least
so
you have some good taste in books.
I mean, yeah.
I'm just reading the 10th book in Cradle.
I mean, that's one of like 4 books that I'm reading right now. That was just what I was reading during the sprint.
I finished it a couple days ago. for the first
That's
time.
exciting.
How was it?
There's a whole lot to unpack there.
Oh yeah, I have heard. There's a reason I don't want to read that book because
No, you should read it.
Same.
stuff.
Never.
Have you read it?
No, but I've heard so much about it that I don't want to.
Oh, Pete, I want you to read it and just constantly
No.
boxer me.
No.
Yes.
Don't make me do this.
There are
I will
certain
give you
scenes in that book-
$5. $5 American US dollars.
There are scenes in that book that I don't want to have to read. Things that do not need to be
Yep.
in there that I have
Yeah.
heard.
There are things in there that don't need to be there. There are also dropped plot lines. There are certain things that don't need to be there. He gets a little long-winded at certain times, but oh my god, some of the best timeline transitions I have ever read. Some of the best character work, some of the best coming of age, a lot of really good stuff, a lot of messed up stuff. Like
Coming of
there's some
age
stuff
combined
there
with
that
a lot
wouldn't
of
even
messed
go in a
up stuff.
grimdark book.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I've heard about some of it.
Yeah.
I will read
Doesn't.
Other King. I have zero interest in reading it. I also really don't like clowns.
Pennywise isn't that
Same.
scary. Basically, the whole
Don't say
point of
that.
it.
He is.
I have watched the movies. He is
Yeah,
scary
but
enough.
the movie is going
Any
to try and
form of
focus on.
clowns are terrifying. Just the idea of a clown is terrifying.
The movie is going to try and focus to make Pennywise more scarier than he is. The whole theme is that the humans are the real monsters.
But he's a clown, which means he's terrifying.
Are
Well,
clowns
yeah, he's a
monsters?
murder monster.
I also
How is
just
that
watched
not
the video-
terrifying?
He
Just
didn't
something
scare
about
me.
John Wayne Gacy, which didn't help.
Ugh.
Yeah. Ugh, that's right.
I was never scared of Pennywise. The people freaked me out, but
Good
never
for you.
Pennywise.
You're crazy.
In other
Me?
news, Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell is great.
Is it?
Is
I
it?
still have to start that.
Kate, I feel like a literary apothecary. I feel like I've told you I'd buy that like 5 times.
I own it. I just have to start it. It's not. It's been on my TBR since October.
I should just buy the ebook.
Do it.
It's really good.
Brianna,
such-
the clown murderer is John Wayne Gacy that I just mentioned. Sorry, Pete. What were you saying?
It has a great writing style that's different and breaks all the rules.
Jonathan and
What
Mr.
does? Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell?
Yeah, it breaks a lot of rules, but does it really well, in my opinion.
I also have her other book too.
Pierre Nessie?
Yeah.
Same. Haven't read it.
Me
I'm also
either.
reading this.
What is this?
It looks like Jamaica spelled
Clive
weirdly.
Barker.
Magic?
Oh, that's the book on Brain's Discord, right?
Your brain on books?
Or yeah,
Yeah.
That one.
Baron. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
reading
Baron.
it with Baron. And Magica by Clive Barker.
Huh. See, Jonathan Strange and Mr.
Evie,
Norrell.
I haven't even started it, so our co-host
Magic.
hosting is failing.
It's one of the books I've DNF'd, like actually like DNF'd and
Really?
don't have plans of picking up again.
Forever DNF.
Why
Yeah,
though?
I got about 2/3 of the way through. I didn't like it. I thought it was horrifically boring. For like
Some of
Yes.
us-
most of the book was boring for me. It was really hard to get through.
I can understand that because of the rules it breaks and why. To me, it's fascinating on one level because of the world building, and it feels like some sort of historical book. Especially because like all of the history of England is like changed to a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
And they walk over that history of like, okay, we're going to talk about what in history has changed. And that's kind of fascinating to me. So
Oh, Pete, I finished Fred 7.
nice. How was it?
I have 5 stars.
Nice.
Oh,
Is that
for
the
the
vampire accountant?
So
Yep.
good.
that's so many of them.
7? How many total are there?
7.
7.
Oh, okay.
As of right now. 7's the most recent. I wouldn't say he's very prolific, but he's decently prolific. 5, 7, 4. He's decently prolific. He's got around 20 books. 2
Wow.
right there. Yeah.
Well, friends, it's my bedtime. I have to go take my meds and crash. Speaking of meds, it's pain med time.
Will you
Better.
feel better?
Thanks. It's just
Yeah,
aspirin.
okay.
It's nothing big.
How soon are you out of the sling?
3 more weeks.
Hooray!
Halfway there, living on a
Halfway
prayer.
there. Yes. I start working from home again tomorrow. The week of Thanksgiving, I have my post-op with my surgeon who will give me hopefully the okay.
Okay, Bon Jovi. Over here. He's serenading you as you go on your
I
way.
tried, but then she just lingered, and it felt awkward at that point. So now I'm just lip singing.
Well, I did appreciate it because I love the 80s, so I appreciated it.
I do too. I do too.
I lived by the 80s. So y'all have a good night.
Good night, Kate.
Yeah.
Bye,
For letting me
Kate.
crash.
Sleep well.
Mhm.
I too am tired, so should
I
leave.
think I need to go too, which means the stream is going to end because I actually have to
Surface.
go over some PowerPoints before class tomorrow.
Well, I am going to keep reading some
Wait.
Reaper.
Wait.
There you go. There's your PowerPoint.
Oh, jeez.
I
No, I
appreciate
have to
you,
learn
Kate.
the coagulation cascade. You're killing Greg. He's dying slowly. Look.
I
Are
appreciate
you
that.
laughing because you're so tired, Greg?
I'm not amused.
Oh no. Well, goodbye, everyone. Thank you for reading with
On
us.
that note. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.